My name is Mr. Pirzada. I am from Dhaka, which is the capital of Bangladesh, but it is also part of Pakistan. I have a big home with a wife and 7 daughters whose names all start with the letter A in Dhaka. I had to leave my family there while it was being invaded to go study the foliage in New England. I wrote letters to my wife and kids, but everything there had been destroyed, so I don't think they got my letters. I have not heard a word from them for about 6 months. I love my family like a fat boy loves food. I live in a graduated dormitory, but I do not have a stove or a TV of my own. I need somewhere to eat and watch the evening news, so I go to my neighbor's house that is on the same campus as me. He has a daughter, Lilia, and a wife. I used to go to their house every day, but then they stopped inviting me. I figured it was because our country had gotten divided. I went to eat dinner the next evening at their house. I decided to walk to his house even though he offered to pick me up. It was cold outside. Good thing I dressed heavily. By the time I got to Lilia's house, my hands were red. I walked in and shook the father's hand, took off my shoes, and handed my jacket to Lilia. I also gave her some candy, but she acted as if it was weird. Lilia reminds me of my children. Every night I would think of my kids and wife. I wonder if they are okay or not. Every night is so hard for me to watch the news. It seemed as they put less and less about what was going on in Dhaka on the news. They don't spend too much time on it, so I don't know what is going on there. There was one day I was walking to eat dinner. I kept seeing these weird orange things on people's doorsteps. I asked Lilia's mom what it was, and she said, "Pumpkins." I didn't get why everyone was putting them on their porch. Then Lilia told me it was to scare people away. But I still did not get why. It was as if the pumpkin was making an evil grin at me. The next day, when I came to eat dinner, Lilia wanted me to help her carve the pumpkin. So I said, yes, let's carve it. Carving the pumpkin was really messy. I taught Lilia how to cut it. When she cut the top off, I inhaled the inside. It smelled so good. Lilia's mom gave me a spoon to take out all the seeds in the inside, and her dad took them so he could roast them later. I helped Lilia cut out the rest of the pumpkin. Right when we finished carving the pumpkin, the news started. They were talking about Dhaka. They said that India was going in war with Pakistan. I was devastated, mad, and scared. I could not control myself and stabbed the pumpkin. I felt even worse after I did that. I told them I would buy them a new pumpkin, but her father just fixed it up. It was the day of Halloween. I went to go eat dinner, but I brought a box of chocolates for Lilia. Lilia and her friend were about to go trick-or-treating, but I was scared. I felt like it was dangerous, so I asked Lilia's mother if I should go with them, but she said it was fine. I love Lilia. She's my child from America. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to her. Lilia's mother said not to worry about anything and that they were safe. I was watching the news with Lilia's parents, and they said war between India and Pakistan has been declared. I was very depressed. My family is now in between a war. I spent the night at Lilia's quite often since then. In January, I flew back to my home in Dhaka. I did not really talk to Lilia and her parents for a while. Several months later, I sent them a card. I told them I was now back with my family and safe. I was so happy that they all survived the events in the past year. I thanked them for all the hospitality they gave me. I now understand the words of thank you.